Hello, this is Joe Lubino, and I'm going to explain to you about the UPU S42-8 and ISO 19160-4 International Postal Addressing Standard, its features and its purpose. The standard has been worked on since 2001 under the auspices of the UPU Standards Board, with the Postal Service of the United States and the Direct Mail Advisory Board of the UPU as sponsors. It specifies name and address elements and components, and country-based templates to assemble addresses. The same standard is also an ISO standard in the making, and a European SEN standard as proposed, making for a rare triple play in the standards community. The economic importance of undeliverable as addressed mail is unquestioned. In the US, it's still a $1.3 billion problem, and the US has an estimated 40% of world volume. Of course, the percentage of UAA mail is worse wherever databases, address validation, and change of address capability are not available. Why should there be a global addressing standard? It provides a common vocabulary so that you can store addresses from any country in a single format. Global systems, it's important to note, can serve single nations, so you can develop once and run anywhere. It prevents undeliverable as addressed mail by prior address validation, and it would foster the development of tools like an international change of address system and development of delivery point databases. Information could be exchanged through a central hub, such as the upu.post domain. Countries would still be able to control their own data and make their own decisions. So it could be useful for cross-border and domestic mailings, and for such applications as secure customs declarations and European Union harmonized address labels. There are all told 73 countries that have agreed to become involved in the process and 45 approved countries so far. Here is a list of the countries and the various statuses that they have. Rendition engines for S42 can now be developed in a stable manner and certified by correctly processing approved templates. They can work with multiple languages and scripts, handle all address types in the country. You can support multinational name and address files. The challenges: 1, you need to identify the country of the address to select the right template, and 2, you have to parse the input beforehand into elements or composites. And the engine that we will show you in a minute or two has been developed by Lubino & Associates and Gray Hair Software based on the current draft standard. The UPU will continue to have a role as we go forward. They allow downloading of the country templates. They are in charge of approving new templates along with the country and the S42 working group, and this process has a renewal built in every 3 years. So other people could also work and develop new templates as part of this project. Now, what we're going to do is show you a little bit about how it's done. This is an XML file for exchange of name and address data, and you see here we have a single address. Here it's divided into the parts, and here it's assembled. And this goes for the entire set of addresses for the particular country, in this case Chile. Now this is also an XML. This is a template, and a key part of the template is the trigger conditions. The trigger conditions tell you how to format the lines and how to arrange them to make a valid address. So this is the address formatter program. Right now we have France up here to run, and I'll enlarge this, and you can see that we matched 152 of 152 addresses, and you can also look through the addresses and see that they all match individually. Another example would be Iran. So we'll run that, and as you can see, these addresses are in the Arabic script in the Farsi language, while others are in English in the Latin script as supplied by Iran. In China, it's even more complex. You have 3 different situations. Some of these addresses are, of course, in Chinese, with the Chinese script and language. If you go further up, these are in Chinese, but the Latin script. And still further up, you have languages in English and the Latin script, all as supplied by China. Let's take a look at Thailand. In Thailand, we have languages in English and also in the Thai script. They are the same languages expressed, the same addresses expressed in 2 languages. I'd like to point out that you can mix and match, so this is a name in English and the rest of the address is in the Thai script. Let's take a look at the United States. Here we have a number of different address types as supplied by the U.S. Postal Service, and as you can see, they all match. And finally, here is an example of 4 countries being run in one single file. So at the end here we have France. Above that, China. Still above that is languages from Botswana. And at the beginning we have some from Australia, all of which are matched and carried in the same file in this particular case. So that concludes the presentation, and we're happy to acquaint you further with the standard if you get in touch with Lubino & Associates or Gray Hair Software. Thank you.